Good morning, everyone. Thanks for joining us at 7. I'm Tracey McCain.
And I'm Nicole Nalepa, and you are watching Eyewitness News right here on the WWAX with us this morning on this Monday. And it is a Monday morning. A lot of you wondering, what is it going to be like as we're getting ready to start the day? We have your first alert meteorologist, Scot Haney, in right now for Jill with a look at what we're dealing with. The rain's heading out?
It's in Windham County. That's it.
Okay.
So we do have a little bit of a lull out there right now, but the
Nice.
rain is going to be moving in as we move through the day today. And that's why we've gone ahead and issued a first alert weather day for today and tomorrow for excessively heavy rain. Right now, southeast and northeast Connecticut, you guys are dealing with some of these scattered showers from Norwich down 395 all the way up into 395 in Brooklyn and Putnam. So just be careful. The roads are all wet all across the state from overnight rain. Today and tomorrow, our first alert weather days, rain. It's going to be heavy at times. Between yesterday and Wednesday, we could pick up anywhere from 3 to 5+ inches of rain. That's a lot of rain. But the good news is it's spread out over 2 to 3 days. So that's some benefit. Ponding on roadways is not out of the realm of possibility, and some poor drainage flooding is likely. We have the excessive rain outlook at level 2, which means business. This was upgraded just about 3 hours ago to level 2. Tomorrow we're at level 1. So it looks like the access of the heaviest rain will be during the day today. Tomorrow it gets just a wee bit better. Wednesday a wee bit better after that. And then this system that's cut off from the jet stream finally moves away Wednesday afternoon, Wednesday night, and Thursday looks better. But Friday, another system rolls in. So don't put those umbrellas away anytime soon. Heavy rain is expected today, flooding possible. We're talking about temperatures in the low 60s, which is cooler than average by about 5 to 8 degrees. Your 7-day forecast is next. In the meantime, we're going to send it to our lovely traffic reporter, Marcy Jones.
Good morning, Scott. Good morning, everybody. Thanks so much for starting off your day with us. We do have a couple of incidents to tell you about. The first one, this is a single car crash in Meriden. This is on 691 westbound between exits 2A and 2B. So take a look. This poor driver out here. I can't really make out what exactly has happened to his car in the back there. Possibly maybe he ran something over, but hopefully he gets to where he's going very quickly and safely. Then we also have this crash going on in Norwalk. This actually happened earlier, but it's still affecting Route 1 is closed between Rampart and Scribner Avenue. That was a 2-vehicle crash, and hopefully that gets cleared up pretty soon. Other than that, everything is really looking great today, but as you heard Scott mention, it is very wet out there, so make sure that you plan a little extra time to go slow and get to your destination safely. We'll have another check in just a little bit. That's your Connecticut First Alert traffic report driven by your Connecticut Chevy dealers.
Well, just hours ago, thousands of Pratt & Whitney workers walked off the job site. The company's machinists went on strike at midnight.
And your reporter, Roger Suzanne, has more now from the picket line right near Pratt & Whitney in East Hartford.
Well, we have been talking with some of these striking workers throughout the morning, and they tell us they feel like the security of their jobs is really on the line, and as a result they are fanning out at protest sites throughout East Hartford and Middletown. This is one of the most high-profile protest sites near the intersection of Silver Lane and Main Street, and these workers tell us this protest is really about 3 things: securing a contract that provides better job security, better health care coverage, and better pay. Now, the strike began at midnight when the machinists' 3-year contract with Pratt & Whitney expired. The 3,100 workers, who all work on commercial planes and military jets at plants in East Hartford and Middletown, rejected the company's latest offer, which Pratt claims includes an 18% wage increase over the next 3 years, although union leaders deny the proposed boost is that high. But the machinists argue that any increase is not enough because they claim the offer would also weaken their retirement benefits and job security and increase their health care costs. So they say until a better deal is on the table, they'll remain out on the picket lines.
We'll be down in front of Pratt & Whitney, letting them know what we want, why we're there, and waiting until our negotiating committee can get back to the table of the company and make a better deal for us.
A Pratt & Whitney spokesperson did fire back, writing in part, "Our local workforce is among the highest compensated in the region and the industry. We have no immediate plans to resume negotiations at this time, and we have contingency plans in place to maintain operations and to meet our customer commitments." And as I mentioned, we have been speaking with several of the workers who are on strike this morning, including the union president. They say they'll remain on the picket lines as long as it takes. Reporting in East Hartford this morning, I'm your reporter, Roger Suzanne, Channel 3 Eyewitness News, I'll send it back to you.
All right, Roger, thank you. Now to news breaking overnight. Israel has just approved plans to take over Gaza. Israel reportedly plans to stay there as well. The country has escalated its war with Hamas in the last 2 months since a peace deal fell apart. Gaza's health ministry says hundreds of people, including children, have been killed since March.
In Suffield, Route 75 is now back open to traffic after it was closed right near Perimeter Road due to a crash involving a pedestrian. This happened last night. Investigators say the pedestrian was walking right along the edge of the road. We know that that pedestrian was taken to the hospital, had some injuries, and we also know the driver is cooperating with police.
Well, tonight, voters in Prospect and Beacon Falls will decide whether to approve a school budget increase of more than $1 million. It would be the largest budget hike in almost a decade. The Region 16 superintendent says the budget has not kept up with rising costs for special education services and utilities, but it could also raise taxes. Tonight's vote takes place at 7 o'clock at Long River Middle School.
Right now, time is running out to upgrade your identification card to a real ID if you haven't already.
Now you have just a few days starting this Wednesday, May 7th. You need to have a real ID in order to board an airplane or enter a government building, including courthouses. You can upgrade your ID card by making an appointment at the DMV.
And if you can't do so by Wednesday, you can use your passport instead.
Well, today, federal student loan collections will resume for borrowers who are in default.
The Department of Ed is ending a pandemic-era pause, and that lasted for 5 years. Experts say more than 5 million people, though, will be impacted by this change.
So if you owe money on a student loan, you're going to have to start making monthly payments, enroll in an income-driven repayment plan, or sign up for a loan rehab program. At the Capitol today, lawmakers could vote as soon as this afternoon on a proposed contract agreement between the state and 900 state police officers. The current contract was finalized in 2023, and it runs through next June. It could impact negotiations with other state employees next year.
Today in Farmington, local leaders are meeting with students and educators to discuss youth mental health challenges. May is Mental Health Awareness Month, and advocates say more needs to be done to connect kids with resources and support. The Trump administration announced plans last week to cut $1 billion in school mental health grants. Also today, state lawmakers will meet to discuss whether to add more safety measures for children who are homeschooled. And this all comes after a Waterbury woman pulled her stepson out of 4th grade and allegedly held him captive for 20 years. Now, the Channel 3 I team found that there is no system in place to monitor students who are taken out of public school. Homeschooling groups say that they are being unfairly targeted.
Well, this morning, President Trump is asking the Bureau of Prisons to rebuild and reopen Alcatraz. The infamous prison in the San Francisco Bay housed some of the most notorious criminals in the U.S. before it closed in 1963. It's now one of San Francisco's most popular tourist destinations.
Former Vice President Mike Pence has been awarded the Profile in Courage Award. The John F. Kennedy Library Foundation in Boston recognized him for refusing to go along with President Trump's efforts to stay in office after losing the 2020 election. Pence used his acceptance speech to encourage Americans to find common ground.
Also this morning, jury selection begins in the trial against Sean Diddy Combs. The 55-year-old hip-hop mogul is charged with sex trafficking and racketeering. He has pleaded not guilty.
7:09 is now the time. Thanks for joining us on the Wax. You're going to notice a couple of things. The clouds stick around, the rain icons stick around, and even the temperatures are cooler than average. So not the best day on this Monday, Cinco de Mayo. We're talking about 63 for a high around noontime, and then the temperatures start dropping with the rain with us throughout the entire day and right on into the night. Mostly cloudy right now along the shoreline. There's not a lot of rain out there right now, nor will there be 8 a.m. and 10 a.m., but around noontime it really starts to kick in, and it continues through the day right on into tonight, and that's where we're expecting to pick up pretty good amounts of rain. Heavy rain, as a matter of fact. Isolated flooding is possible. Temperatures will fall short of the normal in the upper 50s and low 60s. The sun was up at 5:41. It came up. You didn't see it, but sun sets at 7:54, and you won't see it then either. Your 7-day forecast is coming up in just minutes. In the meantime, 7:10 is now the time. We'll send it to Nicole.
All right. Thanks, Scott. I'll take it from here.